this point. And I still remember the first time I laid eyes on Tu. He was this social butterfly. He was basically like all over the place, doing a little bit of everything with everyone. So besides his good looks, just the love and respect that he has for people, that really drew me to him. Like, he has the best heart, and I'm sure you know him personally, you know that. He really loves people, and that's something that he's taught me. And just through his kindness and just his thoughtfulness, that was just very intriguing to me. And from that day on, as I got to know him, he quickly checked off, like he was checking all the boxes. My Mr. Perfect list. So if I'm being honest, before I went to college, I had this whole list. I made like this list of who was my ideal guy, and I put it under my pillow. And then I would sleep with it up until I went to college. And then I met Tu. And as I got to know him, like, oh, he's like slowly like checking like things off my list. And I wanted my first boyfriend. If you didn't know, Tu's my first boyfriend. I wanted my first boyfriend to be my last. So it just like to see that Tu was just the person I dreamt of, like that was just so perfect to me, and that just meant so much to me. So one of my favorite memories with Tu was when he surprised me with a promise ring. So we were a couple months into getting to know each other, and we were planning to hang out one Friday night. We decided to stop by his dorm, and then while waiting for him down the hall, I saw him come out of his room, and there was a huge box in his sweatshirt. It was so obvious, but then I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, okay, maybe he just has snacks, or I don't know, but we walked back to my dorm, and we were laying on my bed, just like talking about life, and he dropped something on the ground, and he asked me to pick it up. So as I picked it up, I looked under my bed, and I saw this cute little white bag. And I was like, oh, this is mine, like, is it my roommate's? So I grabbed it, and I opened it, and it was a promise ring. And that moment is such a core memory for me, because it just really showed Tu's loyalty and his commitment to me, that he really wanted to make this work, and he wanted to really just show his love in a tangible way. And I still wear that ring. It was the ring I wore up until my engagement ring. So to me, it has a lot of sentimental feelings. Tu and I, we've gone through life together, our first moments, friendships, career growth, personal accomplishments, you name it. But he's undoubtedly my favorite person in the entire world. He's my Instagram husband. He supports me in everything I do, even if it's like the craziest idea, because I am a big dreamer. So when I'm set on something, I really go after it, and I do appreciate you really being patient with me when I strive for those goals. He has loved me when I felt the most unloved. He was kind to me when I was the meanest to myself. He embraced me when I was at my lowest point. And these were moments I needed love and compassion the most, and he gave me that. He has helped mold and shape me to become the person I am today. And I'm so happy that I can say that I love myself so much more because of Tu. He's really taught me to love myself. And it's the little things that Tu does that really gives me butterflies. So for example, when we're walking down the street, and he naturally pulls me in so that I'm not walking along the streets. Or when he sees me napping and he fixes my pillow. Or he makes sure that my feet is covered when we're taking a nap. Just little moments like that just really shows Tu's character. And who he is as a person, that he really cares. And he really loves people. And then Tu, I just want to say one last thing to you is, I loved you yesterday, I love you now, and I will always love you tomorrow.
thank you Ganu for just loving me so much. There's nobody else I would want to walk down this journey called life with. You're the only one for me. And over the 10 years that I've gotten to know you, we had so many special moments together. And I was to sit here and tell you all about all those moments, you'll never get me food. So I'll just go with one of my favorite, which has actually been mentioned twice now about holding hands. But this is one of my favorite memories of us that we had. So I remember in late fall of 2011, so we just started talking for a couple months, and we weren't even officially dating yet. But we decided to go on a walk around the UWSP campus, and as we walked and talked, I got to know more about this beautiful lady, and I wanted to hold her hand. So I was trying to think of a way to hold her hand, because if you know Ganu's really by the books. And so she was not willing to hold my hand at all because we were not official yet. However, I came up with an idea. As we got to the end of the night, we decided to lay down at the track and field area and stargaze. I told Ganu that my hands were getting cold. And so I need her hands so that I can have warm hands too. So after a little convincing and saying that, Ganu finally ended up letting me hold her hand for the rest of the night until I walked her to her door. And I was so happy, and it was a mission success for me. So although this may just sound like a little story of me courting Ganu, it actually is more than that. Our conversation throughout the night showed me how kind and amazing Ganu was. Her unwillingness to hold my hand at first but later gave me showed me how she wanted to live a life to the fullest with no regrets. She wanted to make sure it was the right moment, right person. And lastly, her willingness to go on a walk with not a stranger to an extent, but still go on a walk just with me when we just started talking not that long ago, showed me how she lived a life and was willing to stargaze. She takes in moments. She takes in all the moments of everything. And she lives not just for the future, but for the moment as well. Through these things, I realized that she was the one that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Another moment that I really hold dear in my heart is when we went to Arkansas. We were in a strange place and we had nobody to depend on. And because of our decision to go together to Arkansas, we really grew close to each other. Even though we went to this new place that we had nobody to depend on, I wasn't scared because guess what? I have the best partner with me, a person that I know is super loving and caring, and she took care of me through everything. And so because of her, I am who I am today. And of course, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, Dad, my family. Thank you, everybody, for coming to join us today. There is really no words to say how much all of you have impacted our lives in one way or another. And so I just want to say, if it was not for all of you, we would not be here today as who we are and together.